Hello, good day. Today, I, Rachel Jean Casinabi, and Miss Maria Cecilia Castigador will going to present the presentation about the Spearman rank correlation. These are the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to define the Spearman rank correlation, explain the 7 steps in Spearman rank correlation, and test the association between two ranked variables. Solve the problem manually and solve it using an Excel. Interpret the solution of the Spearman rank correlation and provide an example and exercises. Spearman rank correlation coefficient is non-parametric analysis tool provides a way to compare two sets of ordinal data, the data that can be ranked ordered in a meaningful manner. The result RS is a measure of the association between two data sets. If RS is 1, it means when one series increases, the other does also. If RS is -1, there is a negative relationship, meaning as one series increases, the other decreases. At 0, there is no relationship between the two series. The further from 0, the more convincing the correlation between the two series. There are many ways we can collect data, as long as we can rank order the results with two sets of data, we can determine if there is a correlation. These are the steps to solve Spearman rank correlation. We have step 1, construct the null and alternative hypothesis. Step 2, state the level of significance. Step 3, calculate the degrees of freedom and determine the critical value of T or the T critical. Step 4, test statistic. Step 5, compute for the t-value and value of Spearman RHO or RS. Step 6, the decision. And step 7, state the conclusion. Okay, this is the formula for Spearman rank correlation. It is applicable on the step 5, which is to compute the t-value. We have RS is equal to 1 minus 6 summation of d squared over n squared minus 1. Okay, we have the Spearman rank correlation can take a value from +1 to -1, wherein a value of +1 means a perfect association of rank. A value of 0 means that there is no association between ranks. A value of -1 means a perfect negative association of rank. Okay, we have here our example. Okay, the problem is, the scores of 10 students in their examination in science and math subjects are given below. Calculate the Spearman's rank correlation from the data given below. Test the hypothesis that the science subject is significantly correlated with math subject. Use the alpha 0.05. Okay, these are our data. Okay, for the solution, we will use the 7 steps in solving the Spearman rank correlation. Okay, we have first, number 1, we need to state our null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Okay, for the null hypothesis, we have HO, RS is equal to 0. And if we were to write that in a statement, it becomes like this. There is no correlation between science subject and math subject. For our alternative hypothesis, we have H1, RS not equal to 0. Okay, if we were to state that one in statement form, we have there is a correlation between science subject and math subject. Okay, it depends upon you. You can use the statement form or you can have like this. It depends. Okay, for the number 2, we have our alpha 0.05. We can see that one in our previous slide. It was stated on the problem that we will use the alpha 0.05. Okay, for the Number 3, the step 3, we have the critical region. Okay, so in having this one, we need first to look for to solve this one for the DF. We have the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom, we have n minus 2. Okay, our n is the number of students. We have 10 number of students. That is why we have 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. And then we will use the 0.05. So we will look that one into our table. We have here 0.05. This one we have two-tailed, so we have 0.05, and then on our DF we have 8. So we can see here we have this one. We have 2.306. That is why we have reject HO if t value is greater than or equal to 0.306. Okay, for our step 4, we have the test statistic. We have RS is equal to 1 minus 6 summation of d squared over n squared minus 1. For our t, we have RS square root of n minus 2 over square root of 1 minus RS squared. Okay, for the step 5, the computation. Okay, for the computation, we will going to use two formula. We have the formula for the RS and the formula for the T. Okay, so, but before that, we will going to have this table. Okay, we have 10 student. X is the score of student in science subject, and then Y is the score of student in math subject. Okay, for the RX it is the rank of X. Okay, so we have here rank 1. Rank 1 is the score 47. Okay, notice that then the highest rank, the rank 10, is 10. It is the lowest score. Okay, so this is what I've told earlier, that Spearman rank correlation has its unique, a meaningful rank. Meaning to say that we notice and take note, observe that the rank 1 is the highest score in the highest data, and then the rank 10 or the rank in the last is the lowest score or the lowest data, in which we see this one 10 as the lowest score. The same thing on the RY, the rank on Y. We have rank 1 49 because it is the biggest score. And then the last rank, the rank 10, is the score 10. It is the lowest score. And then after ranking our X and Y, let's proceed to the D, the difference. So Rx minus Ry. Okay, we have 3 minus 4, negative 1. 5 minus 3, 2. 1 minus 2, negative 1. 8 minus 6, 2. 10 minus 7, 3. 2 minus 1, 1. 7 minus 9, negative 2. 9 minus 8, 1. 4 minus 10, negative 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. Then after that, we will get the difference. The squared of the difference, d squared. We have negative 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared, 1. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 squared is 4. 1 squared is 1. Negative 6 squared is 36. And 1 squared is 1. Okay, the summation of our d squared is 62. Okay, now let's calculate. Okay, by using this formula, we can get our RS. We have RS is equal to 1 minus 6 summation of our d squared over n squared minus 1 or minus 1. Okay, so we have 1 minus 6, no? Input the value of our summation of our d squared. We have 62. Then we have n. N is 10 because we have 10 number of students, 10 students. So 10 then 10 squared minus 1. Okay, so we have 1 minus 372 over 990. Then we get the value of our RS. It is equal to 0.624. Now, proceeding to get our T. We have the formula T is equal to RS square root of n minus 2 over square root of 1 minus RS squared. Okay, same thing. Okay, substitute, input all the needed. Okay, we have T. The value of our RS, we have 0.624 square root of 10 minus 2, and then square root of 1 minus 0.624 squared. And then to calculate that, to compute that, we will get our T. We have our T. It is equal to 2.260. Okay, proceeding to the step 6. Okay, step 6 is the decision. Okay, remember that we get our T, it is 2.260. And on our step 3, on our critical region, we state that reject HO if T critical is greater than 2.306. Now, we see on our computation that we get our T value is 2.260. Now, on our decision, we will going to accept our HO since 2.260 is less than 2.306. Okay, so for the last step for our conclusion, we can conclude that there is no correlation between science subject and math subject.